Hey, Jordan.
Hey, how you doing, Katrina?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm good, thank you. I can't complain. um, so you ready for the interview?
I am ready for the interview.
All right. So, first question. You work for LaFace Records, correct?
No, I never worked for LaFace. My cousin, Chelsea Gray, worked for LaFace.
Okay.
At the time I met Lisa, I was working for Tupac and his mother, Afeni Shakur.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you end up working with them? Can you tell us more about that?
How did I end up working with who now?
With Tupac.
Actually, it was an accident. I used to do Sony Music. I used to be like one of the interns at Sony Music. And so the guy was working for Michael Dotson. I don't know if you ever heard of him or not, but he recently got divorced from Jill Scott.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was my boss. And so we used to put on showcases to discover new artists. And he actually came to one of the shows. And then I ended up dealing with his Tupac's publicist, and we became real cool. And they were looking for somebody to work in the office, and then it just went from there. And then, I just ended up being, close with his mother. She just kind of like took to me. We kind of like took to each other. And she taught me a lot. Taught me a lot about life.
That's good. And before we go any further, can you really hear me, or am I too far from the microphone, or am I too close?
Oh no, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I wasn't sure. I want to make sure I was clear because I don't want to make hiccup. but that's cool. That's cool. So did you meet Lisa through Tupac or?
No, I had seen Lisa around LaFace. We had seen each other, and she was like at a celebrity basketball game with Andre Rison, which was her boyfriend at the time. And I was at the game with a friend, and we were actually buying hot dogs, and she was like, "I know you from somewhere," and I was like, "Yeah, I know you from somewhere too." And so I just continued to purchase my hot dog, and she started talking to me. And I was like, why is she talking to me? That's what I was thinking in my head. It's so funny because I was like, why is this little girl talking to me? And me and my friend girl that I was with, we went to sit back up in the stands where we were sitting, and she was down on the floor seating because Dre was playing. It was a celebrity basketball game. And so she sent her bodyguard up and asked that, if I could come sit down there with her. And I was like, no, I'm with a friend or whatever. So I sent a bodyguard back. And so my friend girl was like, really, Katrina? I was like, really, Kia? Her name's Kia. I was like, really, Kia? No, I'm not sitting with her. And so she sent her bodyguard back up, and she was like, bring your friend. You both can sit with me. And so my friend was like, please, please, please. So we went down, and we sat with her. And we exchanged numbers. We talked for a long time. She was real cool. She was just real cool. And I was like, oh, she's real cool. Like I said, I had seen her around LaFace, but never really talked to her. But, when we bumped into each other, we started talking. Like I said, we exchanged phone numbers, and she was calling me, and I was calling her. And my mom thought she was a kid because my mom was living with me in Atlanta at the time. And she was like, some little girl keeps calling you. But we kept missing each other for like a month. And I was like, she's not a little girl. I said, she has a little girl voice, so she's a grown woman. And my mom was like, well, she keeps calling. My mom kept taking the messages, and I was like, okay, I'm going to get back with her. And then finally, she called me one day at home, and she was like, I'm having a barbecue, and, I don't really have no friends here. I want you to come over. And I was like, well, can I bring a friend? Because I was kind of skeptical. I was like, I heard a lot about her and Dre, their run-ins with, people and the law and each other. And I was like, can I bring a friend?
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So that's how that happened. That's how we became cool, because I ended up going to her barbecue, And it's so funny because she was like the only female there. All the little Atlanta Falcons people running in and out the house, all the Dre boys. She was doing all the cooking. And I was like, she's really cool. And we sat and talked like hours. And, you know, I was like, and that was before her cousin even moved there. So I was like, you know, TLC was fresh. They were just coming out. So, you know, I was like, wow, she's a real nice girl. So we ended up hanging out. And she had some girls that she hung out with and things, but me and her just kind of like hung out. And that's how we became cool.
Oh, okay. So that's when you met Trinae and Tab and Tangi.
No, Trinae, she hadn't met Trinae yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I met Lisa before the house incident.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, yes.
Yeah, so, no.
Okay. No. So can you tell us about when you met TLC?
I had seen all the girls around the office, and believe it or not, me and Tion used to, I'm from Decatur, so, and she is too, and so I used to see her around Decatur before she was in TLC, you know, around the schools and stuff, so we never bumped. She wasn't like really friendly, and I wasn't really friendly, so, you know. So,
okay. Yeah, y'all both had that wall at the beginning, because she said that when she met Chili as well, like, she was like, oh my God, hi, nice to meet you, and then she was like, go back up.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yes.
Nah, hold on too.
Like that. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, that's dope though. That's dope. Now, what was it? Now the next question I have is, from my understanding, you, Lisa, Pebbles, and Tion and L.A. Reid. I think you said Tion was there. I'm not sure. I went to to witness one of Biggie's first shows. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I had went to the event with my cousin Chelsea because she used to work for this young lady, Shanti Das. She's well known in the business. Yeah, my cousin was her assistant. So, you know, I always traveled with her. And so she said, well, we're having this picnic. I want you to come. And so I was like, okay. So I came. And I wasn't sure whether Lisa was going to be able to come or not. Chelsea had said, I think Lisa's going to be able to be there. Denise went to get Lisa from the transition center, and she was able to come. And that's the photo you have of me and her at that picnic. But they were bringing Outkast out. That was their major thing. Their music was playing already. Like I used to see Dre and Big Boy around the face all the time. And I know Big Boy's uncle really good. He owns a barbecue stand here in Savannah, Georgia, where I live now. So, I mean, he's from Savannah, and I know a lot of his people and stuff. So, long story short, anyway, it was they were getting their little, I think it was gold or platinum album. And so they had this big picnic, and they had people performing from Organized Noise to Biggie. I mean, I guess people in New York knew who Biggie was, but all I seen was this big dude, like, performing on stage, and he had this, like, golf outfit, and I knew who Puffy was. I had seen him around a lot. And so he was on stage performing with him, and his music was just lit. Everybody was like, whoa. Everybody was like jamming to the music, and I was like, oh, okay. And I've been cool with Bobby Brown since I was like 16 years old, and I remember standing with his nephew, one of Bob's nephews, and we were like jamming to the beat. I mean, we were just like, yeah, he's good or whatever. And that's when they introduced him to the world. It was at L.A. Reid and one of L.A. Reid's and Pebbles estate. And it was really, really nice. It was a really nice get up. It was, I mean, I have photos of it. It was really, really nice.
Okay. So, what did Lisa say about Biggie?
Lisa was more like, I'm out of this transition center and I'm looking around. I'm so happy that I'm not there today. You know, when we saw each other, we hugged or whatever. We hung out, we talked, and she was telling me how it was. And then she did. She said, hey, I met this chick in there. Her name's Trinae. She's real cool. I want you to meet her or whatever. And I was like, cool. we talked more about her legal situation and, what they were striving for or whatever. So she couldn't stay out but for, a little while. And so she went back, the same day, even before the event was over.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's dope. That's dope. Biggie made some really good music. He did make some good music before he died.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it's like the song came out recently. I don't know if you heard it yet, but Faith Evans, Biggie, and Lil Kim.
I have not.
It's good. Faith Evans and Kim decided to come together and do a song with Biggie on it.
Good.
And it was good. It was really good. A really good song. Kim went off. She did good.
Good.
But back to the questions. When was it, and what made you decide to make Lisa the godmother of your son?
Well, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Mm-hmm.
When Pop decided, I went with him. I went with his mother to see him. The last time I seen him physically alive was when he was up in New York near Canada, incarcerated. And I went with his mom. I went with Faye to see him. And, he was saying, he was going to get out. He's going to get out. Suge Knight was going to help him. And that was, I wish him the best, happy for him. But Suge Knight was not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to just, I never let him or his mom know at the time that I was expecting because I had just found out. And I was going to tell, but then I said I better keep that to myself. Mm-hmm. And I just decided when I flew back home that night, I will never forget it. I went to Jermaine Dupri's birthday party at the Potomac Garden, me and my cousin. Mm-hmm. And Suge Knight knew who I was. And I was like, you know what? Gotta go. That's not gonna work for me. I mean, he just wasn't. It wasn't gonna work for me. Mm-hmm. And so, when a lot of people found out I was pregnant, they kind of fell off. All those friends you thought you had, you couldn't go out and party anymore. Of course, I didn't want to be pregnant in nobody's club. Mm-hmm. I just kind of kept a low profile. And I don't care where Lisa was. She could be in Japan. She would call. She was one of my few friends. I mean, she was a true friend. She would call. She would check on me. And she always said, I don't care where I'm at. When you go into labor, you better call me. I don't care where I'm at. I don't care where I'm at. You better call me. And, her cousin, Tangi, very protective of Lisa. And, I understood that or whatever. And I would call. Sometimes I would get through. Sometimes I wouldn't. But sometimes when Lisa was on the road, she would call me herself. And when I went into labor, I was playing music. And, I called. I said, I'm in labor. We talked for hours. And she kind of got me through it. It was very hard being pregnant and by yourself. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And I'll never forget that. I will never forget that. She will always have a special place in my heart for that. But we were in Miami shooting the Ladies' Night video, and Lisa's birthday came around, and everybody was making their homemade gifts and things like that. Blaque wrote a song for her.
They did?
Yeah, people put their heart into what they were doing. I forgot the name of that song, but I'm sure Trinae knows.
Is it on the album, or did it not come out?
No. This was just something they wrote for her birthday that day that we were celebrating in her room.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know. Lisa loved kids. That's the first thing. She had already had Snow. She was really good with Snow. Mm-hmm. And, everybody gave her a personal gift. The most personal thing I had was my son, Mm-hmm. And so she was ecstatic. She was very, very happy to take that on. So.
Aww. That's nice. That's sweet. That's really sweet.
Yeah.
That's nice. Wow. I don't know what to say. That's beautiful.
Yeah. It was a beautiful. I mean, I just, at first I was like, I don't know how she's gonna feel about this, and I was like, everybody is very artistic. I'm not. I'm more business like. I was more the business side of her assistant. Tab was more the personal side, and it just became a personal thing between herself and me. So
okay. Can you tell me about like anything like happened between like you, Tab, and Lisa and Trinae? Y'all go hang out, go drinking and everything, y'all have fun and everything. Like, you have any memories?
I mean, I got a lot of memories of Miami. I think that's the best time. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun in Miami. That was like my first time being in that city for so long. I think we stayed like 2 weeks almost shooting that video and just hung out. It was good. It was a good time.
Right.
I didn't hang out that much with Tab and Kanji, whatever. They were always around, and I was always around. But like I said, I was most of the business side. When Lisa asked me to come work for her, I had just had my son. I think he wasn't even a year old. And she was like, come back to Atlanta and work for me. I need somebody I could trust. And so, that's how I ended up working for her or whatever. I flew to Atlanta, and it went from there. That was my first time meeting Tab. She sent them to the airport to pick me up. Tab came in one car, Trinae came in another. So Tab got there first. So that was my very first time meeting Tab. And then Trinae pulled up or whatever. And so, yeah, but me and Trinae, we're still very close. I'm still very close with Trinae.
Well, yeah. I see it in the group too. Like, it's really sweet to see that. Like, we don't see much of that in the fan base. Well, I don't see that much in the fan base where people that knew Lisa like have a certain conversation like that. I think it's really nice. I really like it. Like, you get a good glimpse of how great the relationship has. Was amongst everybody, especially when Lisa was around. So you get a glimpse of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, can you tell me about did you ever hang out with Tupac and Lisa at the same time?
No.
Okay.
No. When I went to see him that last time, I did take a note to him from her. And I slipped that on into him.
Oh, okay. So like Lisa just wrote a note and gave it to him, like.
Yeah, she just wrote him a letter and was like, "You can give this to him for me," or whatever. So I put that into the place for him. He gave it to him or whatever, but no, I never hung out with him and her together at all.
Okay.
I think their time was before my time was like working for him. Their time was done by the time I came into the picture.
Their time was done.
Yeah, I think they were friends, but I don't, she was going on with Andre.
Okay. Okay. I'm just going through the questions. Were you there during any of Lisa or TLC's recording sessions? If so, do you have any memories you can share?
Yeah. I've been to a lot of recording sessions. Sometimes they didn't record at the same time. Sometimes, one person would be there recording their part, and another person would go in recording their part. I spent a lot of my time with Blaque, with Lisa and Blaque, recording. Yeah, so I spent most of my time with Lisa's groups and things like that because I was on her business side of her. So they had to be tended to.
I'm sorry.
Her groups had to be tended to. So I spent a lot of time with her groups.
Okay. Can you tell us about being present during Blaque's recording sessions with Lisa?
Oh, yeah. they were recording this, my favorite, they was recording this song called Rainbow Drive. Oh my God, I love that song.
It's a great song.
To watch those girls put that song together was just amazing to me. That was, that's my best memory of recording with those young ladies. They have beautiful voices, and they're very talented.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, Natina used to be like my child. She used to live with me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay. What was it? Because I remember reading stuff about them and Rainbow Drive, and it just sounds like such an organic song. Like it just sounds. Even just listening to the final product, I just feel like I just hear everything that, all the good stuff that happened before even was even made. Like I get good feels in that song. It's so good.
Yeah, it's a good song. It is a great song. I love that song.
Were you in the studio with Lisa anytime she was recording solo material?
Once in her house, I came to visit and she was in there recording or whatever. I try not to stop her with her music when she's in her zone. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Do you remember the song that she was recording?
I do not, because she came up from the studio when she realized we were in the house. Me and Brandon, we were in the house. I had brought Brandon to visit her, so she came up off the elevator into the main part of the house.
Okay. It's funny because the next question is about him too. Can you tell us about that time Brandon was with you during the FanMail Tour and was running around and stuff like that?
Oh my God. Brandon was so, he was a quiet, like Lisa, like really had him under control. He was a quiet little boy, and Lisa was always late. So we went to her house to ride the tour bus downtown because they were performing at it was the Omni now, but it's like the State Farm Arena or whatever it is now. Anyway, we rode the bus down, and I had a flight attendant friend of mine. She flew down with me, and me, her, and Brandon. Her name's Atisha. Me, Atisha, and Brandon. Lisa, her bodyguard, the bus driver. We on our way. And I was like, Lisa, we're gonna be late. So we tried to get the tour bus into the back underground, and they were like, no, you're gonna have to go to the front door. They locked everything. We couldn't get anybody to open up. So I was like, oh my God, how are we gonna go to the front door? And so the bodyguard was like, don't worry about it. So he picked Lisa up in one arm, and he threw Brandon on his back. He had another arm, just went flying through the Omni. And so everybody was like, oh, and they realized who it was. So Brandon was like waving, and Lisa was like waving. And he was like, Auntie Lisa, you know all these people? And she was like, no, they're my fans. And he was like, he was only like 5. He was like, fans? What are fans? And she was like, they're my fans. They're like Left Eye's fans. And he was like, who is Left Eye? He didn't understand. He was like, who is Left Eye? She was like, that's me. He was like, no, you're Auntie Lisa. And she was like, no, to them I'm Left Eye. And he was like, no, you're Auntie Lisa. So she was like, okay, I'm going to show you the difference between Auntie Lisa and Left Eye. And so we were in our dressing room. We were running around trying to get her dressed or whatever so she wouldn't be late. They was putting on her makeup. I turned my back for a second. He was gone. So we're running around backstage saying, and Lisa was like, where's the kid? Everybody was like, the little kid. He's gone. So we're just screaming, going in every room looking. We see Christina Aguilera coming down the hall with them, and she's singing and talking to him, and he's just in awe with her. And she was like, oh, my God, he's the cutest little thing or whatever. And Lisa was like, Brandon, see, I'm like that. He was like, no, you're not see Lisa.
Yeah.
So, he was a mess. He was a mess. I remember one time Lisa was, her and the girls were, in the mall in Lenox Square signing autographs. And Brandon, I did not know that she was in the mall at that time. And hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I love you too. My daughter's here and she's getting ready to leave. I'll call you later. So long story short, he like flipped out on me because Lisa gave him a hug and he wanted to stay. He wanted to go up on the stage with her, and she was like, "That's fine, he can stay." Like he like flipped out on me. The security guard came over because he thought I was doing something to him. So, you know, her brother Ronald came over, got him, took him up to the stage or whatever. They had like a strange connection because Brandon is a Gemini, just like Lisa. And you know, it's so funny. It's so funny that he's doing music now because I can't sing, I can't rap, and Brandon is so artistic. He can rap, he can sing, he writes all his music, and not one time have we ever tried to say, okay, this is Left Eye's godson. We don't use that. He does his own thing.
Which is dope, you know what I'm saying? That's the best way to go, too. You know what I'm saying? Get your name out there, you know, build off yourself. And that's dope. That's dope. But now, were you part of any pranks Lisa had?
Let's see. When we were in Miami, I can't swim.
Okay.
At all. And so the people we were shooting the video with, they were like taking people, throwing them in the pools. I mean, Lisa had went and bought these big water guns and we were shooting people. I mean, we messed up in people's hotel top floor that day. I was so, but yeah. She did a lot of fun stuff. Lisa was very talented, very funny. It's a lot of things that people, you know, they look in the press and they believe everything that the press is saying. But this girl had a heart of gold. This young lady could do anything she set her mind to. Anything.
Which is very true. She went from making music to, of course, she knew how to make clothes and build furniture and was sculpting and painting. Yeah. She could juggle, believe it or not. That was some part of her act. She could play the piano. She taught herself how to play the piano. I mean, she was just an amazing person. And you don't find that too often. Yeah. You know, I always tell my son I've never seen her be nasty, be angry to a fan. She always had a smile on her face. She was always ready to greet her fans. And that's another thing that's hard to come by because these days people don't really want to be bothered. But you got to think, these are the people that's making you. And she always kept that in her mind. I will always remember her for that. I mean, she was a true star. She was a true star. Definitely. Like, I just love Lisa. I really look up to her, and it's sad that she's gone because I really wish she was still here. And the next question I have is, have you ever gone to Honduras with Lisa? If so, how was it? Have I ever went out and did what now with Lisa? I'm sorry. Have you ever gone to Honduras with Lisa? Oh, no. She tried to get me to go. No, that wasn't my thing. I like the phone. I like televisions. I like to get in the shower, in the bathtub. I don't want to be out in the wilderness, taking no bath in nobody's creek. No. Hey, not everybody that was down for that. Not even T-Boz and Chili. They were like, nah. Yeah, I was cool on it. Now, Dr. Sadie, I loved him to pieces. He was a great guy. God bless the dead, but no, I wasn't trying to go to the jungle. Which is, you know, hey, it's up to you. That's what you want to do. You know, go ahead. If you don't, so nothing against you. That's what you don't want to do. It sounds like I thought about doing it before myself, but it's not something. I don't know. Like right now, it feels weird now that Lisa and Dr. Sabi are both gone. I would have felt comfortable if at least one of them were here. But I probably would still go because the family still go. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, her family still goes. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. I don't. You know. I think I heard Wanda and Ronald had ended up going recently. I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's been a while since I've heard that. Um, but what is your favorite TLC song?
I think What About Your Friend?
I love that song.
Yeah.
Like my favorite single from the first album. Which TLC album is your most favorite and why?
I think personally, oh gosh, I want to say Crazy Sexy Cool. That was my stuff. Oh my God, I love that album. I love that album. But I guess I need to backtrack because I think Waterfalls is more personal to me than my favorite. So between Waterfalls and What About Your Friends is, those are my two favorites. But yeah, Crazy Sexy Cool was my thing. I love that CD.
All right. What are your favorite songs from Supernova?
Breathe is my favorite song.
I love that song.
Yeah, Breathe is my favorite song.
Can you tell us about the moment you found out about Lisa's passing?
I was here in Savannah, and Monique called me. That's another one of Lisa's friends. She called, and she was like, Lisa's gone. I was like, yeah, I know Lisa's gone. I saw her right before she went to Honduras. I was at her house. And it's so strange because I have a photo of her, and there's a light shining on the direct spot where her head hit the vehicle. That is a light shining right there. And she was coming up on the elevator, me, her, and my little brother. He was with me that day, and then Brandon. And she never comes out of the house to walk us to the car because I parked up on the hill, and there were some kids outside. And she said, Katrina. And I turned around and I said, yeah. And she said, I love you. And I said, I love you too, Lisa. And she said, we gonna go out when I come back because my birthday was coming up. She was like, we're gonna have a ladies' night. We're gonna have fun. And I was out there and she ran up the hill and she hugged me so tight. I will never forget that. Aww. She hugged me in morning so tight. And so when Monique called me, I said, yeah. She's going to Honduras. We all gonna get together when she come back and we're gonna have a ladies' night. And she said, no, she's gone, Trina. I said, well, yeah, she gone to Honduras. And she said, no, she's dead. And all I could do is like scream, what? And I was like, don't believe it. You're in disbelief. And I couldn't believe it. That day, I sat there, I was just numb. And I just kept thinking about the last time I seen her. And to me, it's like she was saying goodbye then. Like she knew. Like she knew, and she needed to tell me that she loved me. And then I started talking to different people, and she went around and she told different people that she loved them. She reached out to different people. So.
Wow. Now, of course, you knew that TLC was working on a fourth album when she passed. What did you think of that album? Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it.
What did you think of it?
No disrespect, I didn't.
I'm sorry, what you said?
I said it's no disrespect, but I didn't. I didn't think. I didn't think one way or the other.
Okay. Well,
I guess I should rephrase that. It's not that I didn't think; it was just empty to me. It was empty without her. Without her, it was empty. a lot of people say, oh, Lisa wasn't TLC, but she was the heart of that group. She was the heart of that group. I mean, it's just like, and I know the girls miss her. I know they miss her.
Yeah.
But it's just not the same without her. And that's no disrespect to Tion or Rosanda at all.
Mm-hmm.
They're out there, they're killing it on their tour, doing their old songs and things like that. And, I admire them. But I just know if it was me in a group with her, I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as strong as them. There's not a day go by that I don't think about Lisa in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let her be trying to tell me something, because I'm going to either hear Waterfall or I'm going to hear Creep or Red Light Special. I'm like, really? What you trying to tell me?
Yeah.
Something always comes of it.
Yeah.
Something always comes of it. And the day of her funeral, we got up and we were getting dressed to go to her funeral. And Brandon said, Mama, Lisa's all right. And me and my cousin Chelsea, we looked at him and we were like, what do you mean? She told me to tell you she's okay.
Wow.
And I said, Brandon, when did Lisa tell you this? He said, last night in my dream. And I was like, you're just dreaming. He was like, no. And I don't know if I can say this or not, but he was like, she was smoking weed. And I was like,
that's fine. You can cuss in anything. It don't matter. There's no filter.
Yeah. And he didn't even know that she smoked weed. So me and Chip was like, oh shit. We sat down like, oh my God, she came to him in a dream. She wanted me to know she was okay.
Aww.
Straight up. He was like, she was smoking weed. He didn't even know anything about weed.
Wow.
So to me, that was her way of letting me know she really was there with him. Because he said, we played, we had fun. She told me to tell you she's okay.
Aww.
So I do believe that, she's going to always be around. Like you said, energy transforms. It doesn't die.
That's very true.
Yeah, so, I didn't lose her. It took me a long time to realize I didn't lose her. She's going to always be around. She just moved on to do other things.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I was reading some interviews from Wanda, where she talked about that situation, and it was just crazy. Like wow, like her having the premonitions and T-Boss having the premonitions. Premonition. I think she said she only had one, but I don't know. I think she said she had another one. I don't remember, but yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if I could come up with another question. Is there I just want to thank you so much for being, not only a friend of Lisa, but making her the godmother of your son, and being a supporter of the I Is Right as well. Being a part of her fandom and, showing love to the fans and speaking highly of Lisa and, keeping it real. Is there anything you would like to say to say to me or any of the fans, or you have any questions?
What I do want to say is that I really respect you and admire you for making this website. I'm not a member of any of the other websites. I just, like I said, me and Trinae is close, and we had talked about it, so I joined the website. And, for a long time, I never even told you who I was, and I'm telling the truth. I just kind of stayed in the background. I didn't say too much. I let other people talk and do them, and I just do me. I've always been like that. But, when you asked me about the interview, I said, I'll do it. He seems really genuine. He seems really sincere. And then a lot of the fans on the page, she would really appreciate it. It's so much love for her on this site. It's amazing to me. And I don't feel sad when I read some of the comments. There's some sites I can go to and I feel sad and down. I don't feel that way about your site.
And I'm glad. Good. Like I just wanted everybody to feel, comfortable and happy and, be, just feel balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't have anything like that without balance. So, I try to keep it as cool as possible, and I noticed you was in the background too. I'm like, someone told me about you too before, and I'm like, wait, I think I know who you're talking about. I'm not sure because you did come out and spoke about Brandon like I think a year ago. And Brandon, you and Brandon told me about him having a party, and but that was the first time you ever came out, and I didn't see you ever again for a minute. I was like, okay, okay, it clicked to me. It made sense.
Yeah. See, a lot of people, I don't talk as much. I've always been like that. I just don't talk as much. So, I was taught that if don't talk until you have something to say. And after I found out who you were, and then I said, oh, okay, I invited you to Brandon's listening party. He had a listening party. And Brandon's super dope. He definitely is, and I'm not just saying this because he's my kid. He's a dope kid. He's very, very talented, and he's gonna make it. And I know that Lisa is opening doors for him without him even mentioning it, because do you know that he ended up interning at one of the same studios that they recorded at?
Oh, wow.
The school that he went to, he was saying, oh, I really want to go here, And I was like, oh, give me a sign. We walked out of the meeting. They had offered him all these scholarships and stuff. We walked out of the meeting. There's a big old picture of Lisa on the wall. I was like, okay, there's my thing.
Wow.
So, his talent will speak for itself. And then if he decides to come out and say after he's made it, that was my godmom, then so be it. But right now he's just doing his own thing.
That's wonderful. Hey, we support him. He's he's doing this thing. I heard him rapping. He's good. I like him. He got something he's working with. It's cool.
Yep. He's working on his 4th EP. So, I think it'll be out Thanksgiving, or the single will be out Thanksgiving. So he has a good following, and he hangs around the right people and does the right thing. He might not do some of the things that they do, but he's grounded. He has a good head on his shoulders. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, he drops the single. He drops the EP. You're free to share it in the group. So let everybody knows. Let everybody know. It's Brandon or Godson. Check out his product. Hey, you're free to do so.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And hopefully you'll be able to come out to one of his shows soon.
I have to come to Atlanta first.
Where are you located, Jordan?
I'm in Buffalo, New York.
Oh my gosh, no!
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm all the way up north. I'm literally next to the Peace Bridge, so I'm literally towards Canada.
Yes, I know. Been there, done that. It's cold there during this time.
It's cold right now. All right. Well, thank you, Katrina. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.